Welcome to today's practical planning tip by ParkBridge Wealth Management. My name is Jonathan Shenkman, and I'm the President and Chief Investment Officer of the firm. In the spirit of the upcoming holiday of Yom Kippur, today I'd like to discuss 5 financial sins and how to atone for them. So every year around this time, I have the same epiphany. Investors should set aside time to reflect on their money decisions of the past year. While there doesn't need to be a specific day for this type of introspection, making sure to review these choices periodically is an important component of the financial planning process. Many of the poor financial decisions that investors make are avoidable with the proper education and tweaking one's lifestyle. And I'm going to share 5 common personal financial sins which investors may need to atone for. And the first one is spending money you don't have. Overall, the rise of American consumerism is a good thing. It's good for the economy, stimulating growth as individuals purchase more goods and services. It also benefits the consumers who purchase products that bring joy or improve the way they live. However, there's a fine line between living the good life and taking out an insurmountable level of debt, which could lead to financial ruin. In today's world, almost any purchase has a payment plan or financing option available to allow consumers to obtain merchandise they cannot currently afford. This may lead to people to spend heavily on items like a smartphone, house, vacation, or higher education. Acquiring all these luxuries through financing may be a very imprudent decision. It's imperative to be cognizant of your income level and cash flow and only spend within your means. The second sin is procrastinating retirement planning. Many folks hold off on planning for retirement. This mindset is common among folks that are young professionals and established business executives. They both assume that there will be more opportune time to start planning for their financial future. This may be because their anticipated cash flow will improve when their kids are out of the house, they will be earning more money after a promotion at work, or they'll be experiencing a meaningful liquidity event after the sale of a business. In reality, the longer one waits, the harder it is to save and accumulate wealth. This is due to lifestyle creep and lack of compound interest. There's no better time to start saving than the present. Saving even small amounts of money regularly, starting now, is a far better approach than planning to save larger amounts when financial situation hopefully improves in the future. And the third financial sin is making financial decisions based on what your friends are doing. The social pressures that come with living in a small, tight-knit community or having a close group of friends may be some of the most difficult money challenges to overcome. These pressures lead to keeping up with the Joneses mentality, which may lead to heartache regardless of income level. There's always somebody richer than you and who has better stuff than you do. Coming to terms with this fact of life make it easier for you to focus on what's actually important. Social pressures may lead people from the same circles to adopt a similar investment philosophy. However, the investments that are usually discussed on the golf course, family barbecue, or at other gatherings are the ones that will garner excitement, not necessarily that has the most practical benefits. This includes discussing only their winning stocks, exotic investment opportunities, and exclusive deals. There is typically no mention of various investments that they lost money on or of diversified portfolios made up of low-cost index funds. Yet, the latter is far more practical approach for accumulating wealth and reaching one's goals. The best practice when it comes to friends and your finances is to keep the two separate. The fourth financial sin is dismissing your insurance needs because it's expensive. Premium payments for life, disability, and long-term care insurance all lead to one's annual cash flow. These costs are viewed as a nuisance, and obtaining this coverage is pushed off by some folks until it's too late. I tell my clients to embrace this annual financial outlay and to review it as a small tax on being alive and healthy enough to provide for your family. It may be a financial annoyance today, but can save your family from financial devastation in the future. And finally, the fifth sin is avoiding estate planning because it's uncomfortable. Estate planning in all of its components is generally the least popular part of financial planning because it involves contemplating one's demise. It is not fun stuff. What is even less fun, though, is the fiasco that is sure to ensue after the death of a family member who didn't do proper estate planning. Taking the time to sit down with a competent attorney who specializes in these issues is imperative. The attorney can draft the relevant documentation such as a will, healthcare proxy, power of attorney, and trust if necessary. Furthermore, the attorney can put together a cohesive plan and coordinating with the client's other advisors to ensure that everyone is on the same page. Together, this collaboration will help ensure that the client is provided or in the event of deteriorating health, as well as for the orderly disposition of their assets upon their death. And with that, I hope you found this practical planning tip helpful. Until next time, stay prudent, practical, and don't forget to plan ahead.